Hey, speaking of interviews here, too, I want to play another clip for you of Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker talking to MSNBC's Nicole Wallace. Have a look at this.
I haven't suggested that Donald Trump is Hitler. I wouldn't say.
I don't think any Democrat has. I actually, and I think it's a smear that they project back on to critics.
But here's a little bit of a long list of examples of Democrats doing exactly that.
From John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist.
Where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany.
Just to be clear, when you said we do agree, President Biden believes that Donald Trump is a fascist.
I mean, yes.
In the early days of the Nazi regime, they started slowly but surely taking away people's rights. And what we're seeing now is the very same thing.
John, are the Democrats really going to run on calling half the country Nazis again?
You know, 25 years ago, when the internet was a baby, there was a professor named Godwin who said, the person who loses the argument is the one who brings up Hitler first in the argument. And that's what Democrats have done. And the problem is, to use another analogy, they're descending even further, and they're practicing what Joseph Goebbels called the big lie. And you can get away with that before the internet, but as you can see, it was very easy for your producers and you to literally refute them within seconds on the air. I think they're trapped, and frankly, they sound as if they don't have any arguments other than name calling.
Well, yeah, no, I think that's right. We've seen an awful lot of that here. But speaking of name calling, too, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, remember her? She has been out with her own tell-all memoir about her time with President Biden. But have a look at her response to a perfectly direct question from, of all places, MSNBC.
Do you have any regrets at all for anything that you said while you were speaking on behalf of this administration?
Look,
it's a simple yes or no. You don't even know.
No, because you're asking for a yes or no question. I want to put some context to it too. I woke up every day. I woke up every day very proud to be the White House press secretary. I woke up every day as a Black woman who is queer, who no one had ever seen someone like me at that podium standing behind that lectern.
Well, you got to love the identity politics hit there. But the fascinating thing about this book tour, which seems to be going even worse than Kamala Harris's, is that she's actually saying some of the stuff that should be unsaid about Joe Biden. How is this all going for her now that she seems to be being discarded by the Democrats?
Every Democrat I know who watches Karine Jean-Pierre interview immediately does this. And it's a complete train wreck. I mean, you could walk through her deepest thoughts and not get your ankles wet. It's pathetic. And the fact is, this is a perfect reason why we're deconstructing and getting rid of DEI, because the country has to run on merit. And despite whatever identities that she wants to project to the American people, she clearly was the worst press secretary in modern American history. And we just have to learn lessons from that.
Well, John, thank you so much for that analysis, because that is absolutely correct. When she was in the chair, this show almost wrote itself. John Fund, thank you so much for your time, as always.